Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got today is this guy. Now, what is it? I can't even see what it is. Turn it around there, we can see it. Okay. I got it. It's this guy, the model 58S Taurus. This is one of the earlier Taurus offerings. This gun was manufactured probably in the early 1980s. I remember when they came out in this configuration. Seems like it's about 84, 85, somewhere along in there. What this is the mid-size version of the Taurus 92, and it's basically a Beretta is what it is. This is the gun, or one of the 2 or 3 guns that Taurus marketed that got them into a patent infringement lawsuit with Beretta, and eventually brought about an agreement between Beretta and Taurus, Brastech group in South America, to manufacture these guys under license. So basically what this guy is a double action semi-automatic pistol. But the problem with this gun had, when they marketed this about 1986, the problem that this gun had was it's in .380. So it's a full size 9mm handgun in caliber .380. That caused a real problem. .380 is a caliber that sells well in the American market, but problem is people want .380 automatics in the size of a Walther PPK. They want .380s, to be pocket-size handguns. They don't want .380s in a full-size 9mm pistol, but it be in caliber .380. They sold these for about 2 years. They were a marketing flop. They sold a few of them. They recalled a few of them. If they gave them away to police departments that would buy Taurus revolvers, they gave them away to police departments and guard companies that they could have a contract with to sell them something else, and then they'd give them these as a premium. So that's how they got rid of them. But it is alleged to be a very good firearm. So I've got a police silhouette stuck up down there at 15 yards, 12 shot magazine. This gun does not have decocker on it. It has safety only. Okay, so it's ambidextrous. Magazine release isn't ambidextrous, but the safety is. Okay, but it doesn't have a decocker on it, which makes it kind of bad. Well, damn. Boy, I'm glad that's over. Well, let's go down here and look at the accuracy, and then we'll talk about how much the gun sucks. 12 rounds, 15 yards, center of mass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe a couple of them off the paper. It's not the best accuracy I've ever seen, but it ain't the worst by a long shot, and those sights are adjustable. So, you know, you could drift it over a little bit. If you had one of these guys, you could drift it over a little bit and get it pretty well on the print. The other problem it's got is it sheds a lot of fouling and particulate out of the back of the slide. I'm not sure why it does that, but you can definitely feel it in your face. But bear in mind, this gun is about 30 years old, you know, and it does have some, probably does have some issues. It came from Apache Armaments. It was a Kentucky State Police gun auction gun. That's where it come from. I like to get guns from him because he's got a lot of peculiar firearms, like this one. You know, not really common. But this gun has a lot of recoil for the size of caliber that it is. 380s are typically not a real hard kicking gun. It may be the ergonomics, the angle of the grip doesn't help you. You know, there may be several factors at play there. That's why this gun is fairly snappy for the size of gun it is. But it does shoot, and it does function every time. And these sights are adjustable. If I want to take the time, I could drift them in there and get it to where it was a real tack driver. So, you know, if you see one of these guys around, value of this gun is somewhere around $200, about $250 on the outside. It is a Taurus. They are an economy gun line. It's in about 80%, 85% condition. Serviceable gun. At 7 yards, it's probably a real tack driver. At 15 yards, it's getting out there at the limit of its capability. But you could defend yourself with it at 15 yards without too much trouble. Well, that's about the size of it. If you like my content, sharify, commentate, you know, subscribe. A little link in the Patreon, or a little Patreon link in the description, and like that. Otherwise, I really appreciate you viewing my content. I'm trying to do a good job, and everybody seems to appreciate it, and I'm going to keep right on doing it. All right, folks, we'll see y'all